coming in hot every week. We bring the truth when we speak. Red, white, and blue, the bold stand tall. We the people, united won't fall.
Yeah, with we the people as I beat and rhyme. We're dropping old school values every time. Extreme honesty with a fresh twist. Breaking it down, you don't wanna miss. It's freedom talk, loud and proud. Voice of the people, can't be cowed. Every week, we speak our mind. For love of country, it's one of a kind. So grab a seat, let the brain show roll. We're serving up truth, heart and soul. We're the lads with that patriot steel. For the people, by the people, of the people. Let's go, let's go.
Raise your voice high, let the echoes ring. In the land of the brave, we dare to sing. United in hope, come what may. Freedom talk, the American way. It's the BRANE Show, coming in hot every week. We bring the truth when we speak. Red, white, and blue, the bold stand tall. We the people, united won't fall.
It's the BRANE Show.
We the people, united won't fall. It's the BRANE Show. It's the BRANE Show.
This is for America!
Shut the fuck up!
Yep. All right.
You know what the problem with Hollywood is? They make shit unbelievable, unremarkable shit.
To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair.
Will you fight? No! We will run! And we will live!
Shame on you. This could be the greatest night of our lives. But you're gonna let it be the worst.
And I guarantee a week won't go by in your life you won't regret walking out, letting them get the best of you.
Well, I'm not going home.
Day may come when the courage of men fails, but it is not this day.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
I'm not saying it's gonna be easy.
You're gonna work harder than you ever worked before.
I really do believe that together we can accomplish anything.
Because we'll never stop learning and we'll never stop growing.
Failure is not an option. That's how winning is done. Believe me when I say we can break this army here. It has made us brothers. I say to you, what every warrior has known since the beginning of time. You've got to get mad.
I mean plumb mad dog mean.
If you would be free men, then you must
Fight to fulfill that promise. Let us
Cut out their living guts.
1 inch at a time.
And they will know what we can do!
Let no man forget how menacing we are. We are lions.
This is your time. Seize the day. Never
It's time to...
Victory or death.
So come on then! Take it!
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
All right, let's fly! My name is the Lord. When I
Tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take
our Independence Day. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world.
Yeah, we don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina, energy to do our thing. Get your camera. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in. Let's go! My name is Brian, that is Paulie from the Latino Slant, and you are watching the BRANE Show. My friends, I am sorry, but Shane tried to zoom in, he tried to connect, he tried to log in like that guy from Swordfish, clicking all the fake screens, and like Hugh Jackman from Swordfish, just frantically typing screens to techno music, but for some reason he couldn't make it because his 5G was not strong enough, and then poor John, last minute, was like, dudes, my power just went out, and what I saw was the great aliens above Steven Spielberg's weird animal alien gods.
Oh boy.
We're like, listen, Polly and you need to do a show together. You've never done a show together.
Nope.
There's always buffer between you guys, and that's not cool. You guys are bros. So today it's Brian and Polly, and this is the Latino BRANE Show.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
How you doing today, Polly?
I wish I had Travolta's wig. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Maybe for Halloween, I'll be Travolta's wig.
Yeah. So how you doing today, man?
Welcome.
I think some people here already know you, but if they don't, Polly runs a channel called the Latino Slant. We've known each other for about a
few years
now, right? Yeah, it's getting up there. We did a couple shows together way back in the day on, I think it was Salty Nerd or maybe maybe one of the Gary ones. I don't know. There's so many.
God, it's been a while. That's the whole thing. And you have yet to have come on the Latino Slant.
I think I was on once.
Okay, it's
long time ago.
That's the problem when
me
it's
and
been
Michael.
too long.
I think it was me and Iron Mike, right?
Yeah, nice. Yes, my homie.
Yeah. It's funny. I was thinking about. I'm thinking about leaving LA at some point, and I'm like, listen, if I do want to leave SoCal, then I have to plan my escape. Because if you're not from California, then you don't know this, but leaving is hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to leave, and people that say it's easy, that means they're not really connected to where they're from, right? And because there's people that could just get up and leave, but that means they're really not connected. And I'm very much connected to my community and family and business, and everything is sort of here. So leaving is a plan. And I thought about it, and I was like, I actually think I do want to leave, especially after the Spencer Pratt stuff, which I'll show you a really funny clip right now. I'm thinking, I think it might be time to exit, but it's going to take a couple of years if I plan to do that. And I was talking to my wife's aunt, and she was like, what, I'm thinking about South Carolina. And I thought, what, isn't Mike living in South Carolina right now? And he was from SoCal, right?
No, he's from San Jose. He's from California.
San Jose. Okay, so he's from like mid-Cal.
San Jose could be considered NorCal.
Is it NorCal now?
It's like probably right on the edge.
Yeah. Well, so he's from California then. So I hit him up.
He's a Cali kid, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm in this place called Hilton Head, and I looked it up, and I'm not trying to dox him, okay? It's a big place. But I looked up.
You don't care.
I looked up where he's from, and dude, it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
It's like an island, dude. It's almost like going to, if you're Big Sur or Yosemite, it was also on the Newport Beach. Imagine if like the beautiful forest was right next to an actual beach. Yeah. And that might be where I end up, man, because the prices are better, the place is beautiful, and the voters lean a little more my way. So I might go out there.
Yeah. I mean, well, first of all, like I'm such a Southwest boy, a lot of our family, our descendants were all from Arizona, Phoenix, and Tucson. We go back multiple generations. I mean, my great grandfather,
he invented the flaming hot, right? Didn't your grandfather invent the flaming hot? That's what I heard.
That's right. He invented the enchilito.
Yeah.
But and I have so much family here, including both parents. A lot would have to happen.
Right.
For that to happen, but because my better half is an actor in the business, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and I have the same problem. So I can do my job anywhere. I make YouTube content, and now that my shop is pretty much self-consistent, like it's being ran by. We no longer have a retailer shop. We used to have a retail store. We no longer have a retail store. So now all the print stuff is being ran by an amazing couple guys that are sort of around our area, same zip code. So we don't really have to worry about the merch part of it anymore. that can sort of run itself. We've known these guys for like 25 years. And I can do my job pretty much anywhere. But my wife works for like the school district. And her family's here. And the school districts across states are not interchangeable things. And she's so good at her job, dude. Like she's like a wizard. Like she can get any kid in anywhere. She can make everything work. She's like the wizard of school administration. I would hate to take that from her, but that's why I say it's a multi-year, plan. And I just, it's so expensive in SoCal, dude. It's so expensive here. I did the math on how much extra money I would have to like invest and save and all that, moving somewhere else, and it's sort of incredible. The amount is staggering. So,
yeah, I mean, there's arguments from both sides.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know as Latinos, we've always been good with stretching the dollars and being creative. We keep making making money. We keep working.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good at I'm good at surviving.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I want to show you guys this quick video from Spencer Pratt. But first, thank you for being here, my friends. And if you do want to support us for any reason, go to mxtz.com or mxtz.co. Buy something, use the coupon code BRANE for 10% off. Everything you buy there, it works for us. But if you specifically go to our store, one of our stores like the BRANE Show, and get one of these cool things, then you're helping us out even extra because it tells Shane that you care about our show. But really, anything you buy there works, including any of the Mexican Iron Man stuff, which there's some cool stuff there. Right? I was going to wear that shirt today, the Santanico
Pandemonium,
but I couldn't find it. I think it's in the wash. Anyways, if you guys,
I don't see. Go ahead, finish your pitch.
No, if you guys want to support us, that's how you can support us. But you can also support us by hitting the join button bottom left. And Paulie and I are going to talk for about an hour, then go into the main member show, where, as John would say, we get a little more freaky naughty, and we get to talk to you guys in person. What's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm thinking we need to really have a serious talk about getting some Latino slant stuff here because we got some ideas, and we definitely need help on the merch end. We've been very lacking.
Well, that's what I'm good at. I'm good at merch.
Then I need to have a in-person meeting with you.
Right, rock and roll.
Orale.
Okay, guys, I did want to show you guys this really funny video, and here we go. So this is from, if you guys don't know who Spencer Pratt, and we're going to be talking about Disclosure Day and the Save the Stargate stuff. But first, I wanted to quickly, this is not going to be a clip, so don't worry, I'm not going to make this a clip on the show. But I wanted to show you guys this really, really funny video from Spencer Pratt. If you guys don't know who Spencer Pratt is, he was running for mayor of Los Angeles, which is not an easy thing to do. Running for mayor of LA is hard because, you have to be a particular type of person, and you have to be a particular type of political candidate. You can't just be nobody coming out of nowhere. You can't be a Republican for sure. And he ran an interesting campaign where he just basically used AI and he memed his way into the hearts and minds of people across the country. Unfortunately, not everyone in the country can vote for the mayor of Los Angeles, so he actually did lose. In an interesting way, he actually was second place, and he was going to be going to the runoff this November. Interesting thing happened where at last minute, all the mail-in votes came in for someone that no one knew, and now it's, surprise, surprise, it's two Democrats going to the runoff. That's not really the story here. The story is his response to him ultimately losing and not being able to go to the runoff. Here we go. You can see it, right, Paul? Okay, here it is.
Now that the campaign portion of my mission to save Los Angeles is coming to a close and I'm moving on to the next, more interesting phase, listen, I've spent a lot of time slaying everybody. I've ridiculed everyone on the roster, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take the chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. You think you can get rid of me that easily? I know a lot of dim-witted jerks thought I was in this for a grift, that I was going to roll up and leave town if I didn't get into City Hall.
It's just not fair.
Hey, morons, I didn't get in this for political power. I got in this to expose this corrupt machine, and nothing has changed. You enjoy your worthless meetings in City Hall.
Nithya, you have all this information. You're running for mayor. Show what you're really about, or get the fuck out of the race.
I'm going to be lighting you up every single day, and now I don't have to worry about offending CNN viewers. I don't have a campaign laws hamstringing me now. It's war. It's 0 hour for Los Angeles.
This guy really understands the internet.
Two morons responsible for all their problems, and they have to choose between dumb and dumber. That's not a choice. That's the machine protecting the machine. And now every problem that plagues Los Angeles because of these two corrupt communists is going to accelerate. And the city will tumble headlong into the abyss. You have no idea how many major developers, hoteliers, business owners, entrepreneurs have been texting me saying they're packing up and leaving town. More of your favorite restaurants will be shuttering. That means less tax revenue. That means the city has to cut services. More potholes, less firefighters, less police patrols, more criminals, more drug addicts terrorizing your communities.
And we haven't ended it.
You have no idea how bad things are about to get for this city. Look at this place already. Weeds growing from every crack and crevice. Graffiti over every square inch of public space. Garbage, drugs, feces, burned up dogs, burned down towns, abandoned storefronts. This city is a mess, and you're about to reward the arsonist who torched a place with 4 more years of destruction?
I know he's very bitter.
My goal hasn't changed. I've been laser focused on stopping these commie animals, and I will stop them.
This guy doesn't even breathe.
We uncovered a
He just
lot of
keeps
fraud and
talking.
evil in the campaign. Just wait. We have some recordings of one of your exalted candidates doing and saying something that would make her resign in shame. I was saving it for the general election. Go ahead and pick your demon, certify your choice, and then you get to see it. So Karen, Nithya, ask yourself, is it possible that one of your employees may have a recording of you doing or saying something that would force you to resign in disgrace? Hope you sleep well at night over the next 5 months, because you know who hasn't slept well at all for the last 17 months? My mom. All my neighbors in the Palisades. All the moms who worry about their kids walking past drug addicts in front of their schools. All the business owners getting crushed in the LA economy, worried that they can't stay in business and feed their kids. Angelinos have been struggling for years now, all while corrupt politicians and fraudulent NGOs profit off the misery and fleece us for the tax dollars. Well, now we're flipping the script. I want all of you awake at night sweating and worried about 5 a.m. when the FBI blazers bust in the door, breaking open your office, because I assure you, they're coming. You think your election was going to stop me? If you want to stop me,
You're gonna have to fucking kill me!
All right, so I really enjoyed that. I have a bone to pick with Los Angeles. I worked there for a very long time, and it is not a it's not a comfortable place to work or live. So when he when he was making these videos, sort of calling this out, it reminded me of like the old Adam Carolla days, where Adam Carolla would be like, listen, I just got to the studio and I'm sorry I'm late. I had to navigate past a bunch of mattresses that were thrown into the middle of the street, and homeless people were using them to prop up a shelter. And what are we doing? And he would get all mad and would go on an hour-long rant. It just reminds me of those old days where you could actually speak against these ridiculous policies. And so I wanted to show you that because I know you're an Angelino, dude.
Born and bred.
How did you feel about Spencer Pratt?
I mean, first of all, I really I stay away from politics on YouTube, right? I really have stopped it on for well
Makes
over
sense.
you know, like since the election.
Yeah.
Just because you know, I just saw too much division just within my own audience, and I didn't like that. So I just want to preface that that I, you know, some people that are coming over here, you know, to see me, it's like, oh, Polly's talking politics again.
No, we're not talking politics. We're just getting
it
this
is
out
political.
Of the way. Yeah,
This is all
but it is
political.
political. Yeah.
No. It is political. Listen, it's all right. It's all right. You know, I did not. I'm not going to tell you who I did and didn't vote for.
That would be obscene,
Spencer.
right?
Let's just talk about Spencer. I think it's really it was very refreshing to get this voice in here, and obviously he represented a lot of people.
Sure, yeah.
In a short amount of time, it's scary how he was able to mobilize so many people, and you got to understand this. This, you know, he did what, 5 months of campaigning, and really he's going up against decades of the system. So I'm very curious to see what he's going to do next. And if Hilton wins the governorship, what could that mean as far as an appointed position? I think the way karma works out is, wouldn't that be interesting if Mr. Pratt is somehow appointed a position to where he can really help out Southern California?
Yeah, but you can't really do as much as people think the mayor has power. They don't have as much power as other positions that are appointed, surprisingly.
Yes and no, right? That was the thing with they couldn't declare an emergency without the mayor here to get those federal.
That's true. Yeah.
To get the federal funds and federal access, because she wasn't here. She physically was not here.
Yeah, she was in Zimbabwe.
She wasn't here,
Yeah.
and so yes and no. So that being said, if he keeps my thing was, what I had said is, he needs to endear himself to the greater Los Angeles.
Yeah,
because the West Side, the Palisades, they got his back already. It's a huge city of millions, and they don't know who he was. And one barbecue here, one carne asada there is just not going to cut it, because he's going up against decades of a system. So,
but he did well in 5 months. He did pretty good.
He did. Hey, he did incredible.
Right.
And without getting into conspiracies, there,
Oh yeah, no, that's a whole other conversation.
It would have been a nightmare for Bass if he had stayed on to
if he was in the runoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I like Pratt. My wife actually introduced me to Pratt. She was like, "Look at this guy from like this reality show, speaking out against the system, for lack of a better word, the corrupt system." And
I remember Pratt right away from when the fires happened.
Right.
Because right away he was on literally on the front line saying, "What's going on? Where's our help? Where's this? Where's that?" And that's when I started following him. So it was,
Yeah, I didn't recognize him from a TV show because I never watched the TV show.
I've never watched the TV show.
Right. So I didn't know who he was.
No. The only thing I knew about that TV show was at Don Antonio's, where they would go eat at, and he had his election campaign party there. That's like literally 2 blocks away from my mom's house.
Oh wow!
in South Santa Monica on Pico. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So we're pretty much in the same boat. I'm looking forward to see what he does next, and I've enjoyed the journey, and I don't think it ends here with his loss. I think there's a lot more.
No, because once you've awakened the voters to a certain degree.
Oh yeah, I have Democrat friends who are like staunch blue, and they were like, "Dude, I'm voting for Pratt. You kidding me?" And we disagree on a lot of politics, and but they were voting for Pratt. So he crossed the aisle for sure, because there were people that it wasn't even about politics anymore. It was about just sort of upsetting the current system that doesn't work for SoCal.
And I wouldn't mind when we go to your member stream, we can get into more politics. I don't mind that.
Okay, we'll do that.
But yeah, I mean, I think the media, the right-leaning media too, has done a disservice to a lot of Angelinos, because
I agree.
Listen, every corner is not tent drug infested.
No,
I mean, I live in Midtown. It's a beautiful neighborhood of old multi-generational families and younger families as well. And I would say, for me, the thing I'm most concerned with, and I always say this to Romy, I think she kind of like like stretches me away, is that I want good sidewalks, I want safety, I want security, and I want good streets. Infrastructure. And
we'll talk about this more in member session, but Paulie's exactly right. Los Angeles is a very large place. Okay,
massive.
It's massive. This is not a small town ran by nothing but fentanyl addicts. No, that's not what it is. But it's very easy for you to go to particular, like Skid Row and different parts, and just get nothing but B-roll of the worst parts of LA.
Right.
Because the
Right.
worst parts of LA are really, really bad.
Yeah.
But there's
And-
also incredible parts of LA.
Well, and going back to Corolla or people that I know that work in downtown.
I worked in downtown.
They're jeweler. Well, there you go. Then you have to go through.
Right.
Gonna have to jump through those tents.
Guys, I used to work in downtown for 10 plus years before Shay and I hooked up and started the t-shirt shop. And it was like,
nice.
dude, I would get off the train I would get off at the train at Alameda and have to walk all the way to like 10, I think it was like 10th, First Street or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I forgot. No, it was 15th. Anyways,
Well, how many blocks is that? So people
about 8 blocks from
8
the train
blocks, yeah.
station, and I would have to walk all the way because driving to LA from Orange County, where I live, is a nightmare. So I would take the train from Orange County. I lived in Old Town.
I love taking the trains. Man.
Oh, it's so beautiful, bro. I lived in Old Town Orange, which is like where they filmed like Forrest Gump and a bunch of movies. The Orange Circle. I used to live in that historic area of Orange. And so the train's right there, and it's the historic train. So, dude, getting up in the morning and walking a block to the train station through all the... It was like literally waking up in the morning in the 50s, grabbing a coffee at the Cuban restaurant on the corner, and then walking into an old, very well-maintained train station, and then going all the way to LA. It was a nice hour of my time. I didn't have to do anything. I sat there reading a book or playing on my phone or whatever. Then I would get, it wasn't my phone, I guess it was more on my laptop. Then I would get there.
I get it. You had your time.
Right, it was my time. Time. And when I would get there, and it would go from like this serene, I'm not joking, it was like beautiful orange circle, trees, it's like 1950s aesthetic, the smell of Cuban coffee on the corner. It's just an incredible experience getting to the train station, on the train. The second you got off at Alameda, it was insanity.
Yeah.
Your piece was broken into 1,000 million pieces, and now you are a dodging.
You're guarded. You got to put up your guard.
And I did that for 10 years, and so I definitely developed disdain for that portion of LA.
Yeah, Romy recently did a play, a presentation in Pasadena. And so I took the train up there because she didn't want to drive at night. And I said, well, take the car. When we're done with the play, I'll drive us back in your car. So I had to get up there myself. And so it was, 2 trains. And so between here and downtown, it's like, there's a lot of characters on the trains, a lot of police though. And then, like you said, when I took that train going to Pasadena, it just kind of changed and it got real nice.
It got really nice, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And because you're on the train and you're on like this closed setting, it's when you go from, it's so jarring when you go from like one hectic, guarded, like, place to like a peaceful. It's the environments are so different, and because that transition is not. If you were driving, it would be more gradual. It's not gradual. It's very obvious how different they are.
And I'll just finish this up with the trains because I actually take the trains a lot to to LA Convention Center, the Regal Theater there. It's just so much. It's less expensive. Again, we were talking about saving money. It's like I'm not going to spend $20-$30 on a parking spot when I can just take the train for $1.
It's so good. The train is awesome.
It's awesome. And then they have new lines. There's one that's been now working for a few years. It takes you all the way to Santa Monica Pier. Heaven. Oh, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And they use the old train tracks that I grew up by in West LA. So it's just that's pretty cool. But no, listen, there are a lot of other problems in this city that, that you have to make yourself wonder. And Spencer and his family were victims of this fire that happened, and as were a lot of people, dozens of families lost their homes.
I have a friend of mine that was too.
Some that cannot afford to rebuild.
Oh, and you know what? Just going somewhere else. A lot of people, and we'll go more into this in the member section, but a lot of people live month to month, guys. or 2 months to 2 months, or 3 months to 3 months. They are not just so liquid that the second they lose everything, they can just jump to a hotel and sort of, figure it out. No. You know what they're doing?
Yeah.
They're coming to Orange County and they're staying with family and friends.
Well,
That's
whatever
what
it
they're
is, my mom, she owns a house in right on the city limit of LA and Santa Monica, right there off the 10 freeway in Bundy. It's a great house, man. And she's, she worked very hard as an executive. She's retired, and she wanted to make sure me and my sister had all the opportunities. It was great. It was great. So, I mean, that's a whole nother stream. I can go deep into LA, man.
Yeah, we'll go more into it in the member section. Okay, so, but right now we're going to talk about Disclosure Day from Steven Spielberg, the greatest director of all time. In my opinion, I think if one director should receive the king of film directing, it should be Steven Spielberg. From Close Encounters, Jaws, E.T., Indiana Jones, all the stuff we love the most, even Minority Report, which I actually love that movie. The guy understands directing, and there's something he's famous for that does take place in this film. It's sort of like the one shot. You know what I'm talking about? The one shot. So a one shot in a movie is when there's no cuts.
Yeah,
it's
long.
Like,
he did a couple long shots. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a couple minutes of all the actors and all the sets and all the effects guys, everyone being on their game for 2 or 3 minutes straight, where the camera follows a character. He did it in Jurassic Park. He did it in Jaws. He's done it in a lot of movies. He's actually pretty well, and it's not one of those things that people talk about a lot, but if you watch every one of his movies, has like a long shot. And in this movie, it's a very cool long shot where Emily Blunt, who I love, and we've all talked about this a million times, there's no spoilers here, guys, she killed it. She did absolutely wonderful. I just realized that when Paulie disables his camera, it shows a picture of John wearing Hello Kitty earphones. So, anyways, Emily Blunt absolutely kills it in this film, or at least in that long shot, in a way that was very special. And you saw Spielberg in that moment. Like, you saw him. You saw the director in his element. And he was very, very good. And his skill is clearly on screen. All that said, I'm being honest with you. I didn't enjoy the movie. Like, at all. So, like, you can see the talent in the movie. You can see, like, even the John Williams score is beautiful. A lot of it, it's funny because, like, you watch this movie and you're like, this is a really good movie. And I guess this is not a spoiler, but there's this moment in that long shot. I was so impressed with Blunt's ability to go from, like, into, like, smooth, what was it, Korean? Is that what she was speaking? Some other language. She went from, like, English into another language. It wasn't like ADR.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then,
Korean.
It was Korean. And then from Korean to, like, the weird alien clicking thing. And that was a really important part of the film. And you'll understand it if you watch it. I was impressed by Emily Blunt. I was impressed by just everything. Like, the lighting. The film itself is a beautiful masterclass of how to make a movie. But the actual story is boring and bland and just not what I remember of Spielberg. And people saying, like, oh, Spielberg should hang up the cape. He's clearly capable of making a beautiful film. That's not the case at all. I think it's the story. I think the story is not worthy of, and I know he wrote it, but, like, maybe he's not a good writer because the story is not worthy of a Spielberg film because all the talent is on screen. Like, him and his team of people he's been doing this for years with, the music, everything is, like, technically masterclass. But the actual movie is boring. It's very, very boring to me. And the plot doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And there's just things about it that bothered me when it came to the story. And I don't think people care anymore. Like, this movie is not about aliens attacking or anything like that. It's about what humans would do if aliens... It's hard to explain, but it's just not interesting. It's just not. And the movie is really not about aliens. It's really about people when they discover aliens are real. And I'm not sure if people would even care now. Like in real life, if we got footage, most people would think that it was either AI or they would ask the question, ready? Does that lower my gas prices? Because that's mostly what people care about. They don't really care about aliens anymore. So this movie being like in awe and gobsmacked about aliens existing and all this evidence and all that, this movie feels like it should have been made in like the late 80s or early 90s story wise. And it doesn't work for me. What about you, Paulie?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the movie. I actually think less of the film now, a couple days out. I think it was it suffered from a lot of basic pacing elements, storytelling elements that I would not expect in a Spielberg film. You know? And it was actually, someone said in the chat, seems like the first part was directed by someone else. And that's just the real funny part is that it's, Spielberg directing a Spielberg film, but a bad Spielberg film. The positives for me, Emily Blunt. I mean, I really just wanted her character only. She's a true leading lady. She's a true movie star, and it's a really good role. So you're just like, I just want more of her. Coleman Domingo, great presence as always. John Williams' score was good. You're talking about element, shot and this and that. It's like I can't even agree with you in that, because it was like, man, there was actually some bad editing early on, some bad pacing issues, and then
I don't know about the editing, but like the shots were so masterful.
I don't even think that, because it's nothing I've seen before.
Yeah, but that long shot was so impressive. It's hard to do that.
But again, it's like, okay, but I don't care.
Yeah, right.
I don't care.
Right.
You're not. I don't care about what's in the shot. Help me out.
You're so right. Out. I don't care how cool or difficult the shot was if I'm not entertained remotely. That makes.
I mean, and I'm not trying to disrespect the actual camera crew. All props to the camera crew and to all the technicals and all that. But I'm talking about, if I don't like these characters, and Emily Blunt is not in this, or you're having Emily Blunt's character doing things that don't make sense just to push the story along,
right?
You lost me. And that shot you're talking about, that happens in the last 20 minutes of the film. This movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
That's not even the last act is
it, right?
That's really where the movie is.
So you
can watch the last act, and that's all that would matter. You don't need you don't need a 2/3 of this movie. Doesn't matter.
No. So there's a couple things there, because the last act was so gripping. The last 20 minutes, and that news reporter, she was great. Mm-hmm. The way she was taking in the information and giving it to us, you felt like you were watching something live. She was outstanding. The CNN news reporter.
Yeah,
remember her? The lead,
I don't know the actor's name though.
No, I've never seen her before. I'm just saying she did a fantastic job. So it leads to me, no one seeing all this, thinking about it. It felt like Spielberg wanted to direct an episode of The X-Files. And what the X-Files were great at when they did their government and their aliens continuation story throughout all the seasons, that they started getting really good at two-parters, right? Were to be continued next week. So it was like these 2-part episodes. They were like little mini movies. They got so good at those, man.
Right.
That's what this should have been. It's like 2 episodes. You know, you got the first part leading up to Disclosure Day, and then that second part, you got to give us the disclosure. You got to give us more, because that ending was just like, you know, booty.
It was. Yeah, it really. You know what it felt like? You ever start watching a series that someone told you about on Netflix? Let's say like the Ozarks or something, right? Something that has like substance, but it takes a while to get to the point. And then you fall asleep and 3 episodes have passed, and you wake up in the middle of a scene and you're like, you have no idea what's going on. And you feel like, so is it worth me rewinding or going back 2 episodes to figure it out because I'm a little lost now? And then you just stop watching. That's pretty much what this entire movie sort of felt like, where
because you don't care. It goes back to caring about the characters,
right?
It's like, okay, I can you know, break it down in my head and process what the characters are saying and doing, but I was really not a fan of Josh O'Connor's character. But it goes back to the writing. I think all the actors were really, you know, giving it 100%. There was just so many problems with this film as a whole, and then there's also too a certain pretentiousness in delivering. It's all about empathy. I got it.
Right, yeah.
I got it. Thank you. You know, because I needed an alien to tell me what the key to getting along together.
I need an alien to tell me how to be human. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems with this film.
There is actually, yeah.
And it's not going to do well. The competition out there is that, you know, you have everything from better IP, you know, studio films to this new indie movement with Obsession and Backrooms that
oh my god, I loved Obsession so much.
I wouldn't say I loved
Obsession. No, I loved it. I want more from that universe. Yeah, you experienced it. But for me, it's not about loving the characters or whatever. It's more like I want to know more about that universe so badly.
Well, okay, so great example, right? Because you were fascinated with the performance of Indy Navarrete as Nikki.
Fantastic.
And you're just like, oh my God. And then even Romy was watching with me, and Romy was like, you know, like, oh, they just crossed the line. If you know what I mean, that there's a line that the male character crossed after he knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept crossing it. And that's what I'm telling you. It's like, this is riveting storytelling about our humanity,
right?
And our moral dilemmas when we're you know, whereas like Disclosure was really boring, man.
It was boring. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was nothing in it that was interesting or fascinating. And you'd think that a Steven Spielberg movie about aliens would be infinitely interesting.
Well, he's got a couple of other OG ones, which I rewatched Close Encounters yesterday. I'm just like, yeah, thank you. It was like I had to wash my palate.
Right.
Have you seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Of course, yeah. Shane loves Close Encounters. For me, it's a little slow, but the story's really good. And I always forget the guy's name.
Richard Dreyfuss?
Richard Dreyfuss is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really amazing. Although, I think that maybe... I don't think I would have gone off on my alien adventure if I was Richard Dreyfuss, because, like, you know, he has a family.
Yeah, and it's Spielberg. So back to Disclosure Day, it's like, Steven, you already told this story much better,
right?
You like created the modern, you know, alien sci-fi genre with the Close Encounters.
Yeah, he's the grandfather of this genre.
Why are you? And so, okay, so now watching this movie and then watching and then remembering how I felt with the trailers, obviously the trailers is way more riveting than the movie was.
Right. Yeah, the trailers, because they had those really cool shots too. And this, I feel a little rug pulled, right? A little bait and switch, because you had these really incredible shots of like, which, by the way, in hindsight, this is a spoiler, but like basically the animals are aliens, just so you guys know. And in the trailer, you have some of these really cool transitions where it like shows like a deer or something, and the camera pans across its eyeball and it turns into like a gray alien. By the way, I'm sorry, another side quest. Are all aliens now just like this gray alien depiction of aliens? Because I'm getting tired of it. It's like every movie.
No,
almost.
but it's like the default setting.
Yeah, but isn't the default setting boring now?
It's lost its magic.
Right.
And that's the thing, is that we're talking about storytelling, guys. You got to have magic, right?
Right.
And the interesting older alien in the wheelchair. Sorry, guys, we're going to spoilers. To me, that was like, oh, this is kind of riveting, but you kind of should have like started the movie here.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. And then you could like kind of like flashback some of those scenes, but you got most of the movie where she's like, let's go north. Let's go west. Like, stop.
Stop. Matt McGee says the movie could have been over in 5 seconds if he would have just uploaded those files to the internet. The part didn't make any sense. No one watches CNN. That's true.
I mean, that's why I say, this movie should have started, at the marker where they walk into the television station.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of that was a little, antiquated, because you're just like, well, wait a minute, this guy's holding on. He could have just uploaded this stuff, and he could have just turned on the camera and started talking like what we do now.
What we're doing right now. This is not hard.
Nope.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
I love this comment from Minstrel. This movie would have killed it in 2002. Yeah. Before the internet.
I'd say the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, at the most.
Yeah,
I think by 2003, 2004, we started, really, connecting with
anyone with a good, anyone with a good mic and a decent camera can probably just stream.
What do you mean? I mean, that's everybody. The modern phones now are just like mini studios.
I mean, you're right. Yeah. Shane was going to join us from his phone
while
driving.
Payaso.
No, but you're right. Anyone can do it. You're right. Yeah. We don't need CNN or Fox News, or we don't need any of these news companies anymore.
Nope.
They exist as a holdover from an era gone.
Right. So it was like, okay, well, we're going to be legitimate because we're starting with the local affiliate, and then we're going national, and now it's like picked up by everybody. It's like, okay, but you could have just went on YouTube and gone live.
Right.
But it's
or Twitter, X, or Rumble, or Facebook.
Well, they're not gonna go on Twitter or Rumble. But you know what I'm saying.
But you can go anywhere. That's what I'm saying though. And not only that, is you could have actually sent the files to other people that had larger audiences. Every single major news site on the internet that actually gets eyeballs has places where you can send information.
You know what would have been fun?
Contact us. Send us an email.
Here's what was missing, and I said this, is that the movie was missing the quirky alien, tin hat guy.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That has a podcast. That this is the right. It was kind of replaced by the GQ Coleman Domingo, but he was on another. He was.
No, we need the almost autistic, smart conspiracy theorist guy.
And wouldn't that have been something where they go like the final, like the alien is in the coordinates are all aligning with that character, that weird ass character who's broadcasting out of
played by
a
Brent
trailer.
Spiner.
That would have been awesome.
I want to play by a long-haired Brett Spiner. I want to see a long-haired Brett Spiner come out with those round glasses and be. No, you're right though, because we didn't get any like validating characters. Where like, oh, this character was right all along. Yeah,
there was no like lone gunman.
No lone gunman. Yeah.
Or even a Joe Rogan type of huge podcaster, and they could even say, well, that guy, that guy's a nut. Like go there.
Right.
Go there in your story. Oh, but isn't he an alt-right nut? Like, go there. And then you converge there with the alien, grandpa alien, and and then the Joe Rogan type, and you got different people from different backgrounds coming together because of this alien thing. Right. That would have been dope.
And you know what? And it would have been more courageous than just telling a generic sort of disclosure alien movie from the late 90s. Because that's what this is. It just felt outside of the masterclass that is Steven Spielberg, like the story itself just felt sort of generic.
Yeah, that would have never happened in a Spielberg movie. I mean, the guy went on Michelle Obama's podcast to promote this movie. It's like, all right, so we know.
So he's out of touch a little bit.
We know what's going on there.
Right.
So the storytelling reflects that. It's like, there's a lot of missed opportunities there. Anyone write in an alien movie, do that.
Yeah, if you want to talk about empathy and unity, you should have a lot of different types of people on screen.
Get people that
instead of the mainstream media as your heroes. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it was, and then we haven't even talked about, their swipes at at the Christian religion. It's just like, really?
Yeah. Although I am not on the same page as other people when it comes to that. I don't think that woman lost her faith because of the alien stuff. I think she actually found it. I think she was doubting up until that point. And there's a famous guy. He's an Italian singer. His name is Carmen. I always forget his last name's hard, bro. Italian name's hard. He's a famous Christian singer who has this quote where it was like late 90s, and someone asked him, "Hey, do you believe in aliens?" Right? And he goes, "I don't know about aliens. I do know though that the universe is big, and if there are aliens out there, then God made them too."
Yeah.
And he has this incredible quote that I've always I remember from like my teenage years, because I feel like that character didn't lose her faith. Her faith was emboldened by the existence of aliens. It wasn't like, oh, because there's aliens, God can't exist. That's just not. That's not how it
Listen,
works.
It suffered greatly because everything was like a dabble in this movie, right? Where you could have really went there.
Yeah, there's no hard commits to any
right. There's no hard commit, so she could have really been a bona fide angel as far as what's the purpose of an angel. You come and spread the word and you come and protect. Like that would have been very interesting. I just didn't find the actor interesting.
The actor was so forgettable. I kept having to look up the name.
Well, it's Bono's daughter. It's a nepo baby.
Oh, that's why she's forgettable.
And she was decent in an HBO series a couple of years ago, but it was just it just suffered from like just. Was it the edit? Did they cut out a lot of context? Because for a movie that was so long, it was so one-dimensional.
Yeah, you're completely right. It was interesting because before the show, I was writing out my notes for the movie that I saw last night. I saw it. I don't have the connections Paulie does, where I can see the movie like 5 days early somehow. Actually, it's funny as I actually do have those connections, but I never want to utilize any of those connections because then I'll owe them something.
No, we're listen. We have. It's just we just have media contacts because of our writers, and so
I have friends that run movie theaters. His is much more legit. I have friends that run movie theaters where they get the movie on a Tuesday. And so often I can see that movie on that, early.
That's fun.
But
that's cool.
But when I do that, then I owe them a favor. So I reserve it for like the big blockbusters. Like I'm reserving it for Supergirl. That's gonna be my movie. I hit up my buddy about. But the thing is, I was worried this morning when I was writing my notes. I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna be the only one that didn't like this movie. And had this been like the old Salty Saturday shows, I would have gotten on here and everyone would have glazed the movie and I would have been like, I didn't like it. And then I would have gotten attacked mercilessly by everyone. But then I go, Pollyanna, I was trying to sort of test the waters. I'm like, no, I don't know if I didn't like that movie. He goes, I hate it. I'm like, oh, thank God I hate it too. So I'm not the only one that didn't dislike this movie because I almost feel bad about not liking it because it's Spielberg. I almost feel like, am I missing something? Am I the problem? Do I not understand anymore what a good movie is? But yeah, just generally speaking, guys, without any hard spoilers here, I didn't like it. Probably didn't like it. If I had to give this a rating, I'd probably say, and I think this is the worst possible rating you can have, is a 5. I would say 5.
5 out of 5?
5 out of 10. 5 or 6 out of 10. It's very mid of the road. And in my opinion, when it comes to films, either you be really good or really bad. But the worst thing you can be is right in the middle. Because that means you're not really worth talking about, good or bad. What would you say out of 10? What would you give it?
Probably like a 4. No one's gonna be talking about this movie in a week. You know, maybe if anything, just because it's just Spielberg has lost it. And I'm a fan of Spielberg's later work. You know, Lincoln, Bridge of Spies. I even liked a lot of elements of West Side Story. But this one, nah.
Yeah, one thing Rec Thoughts said here. And by the way, Rec Thoughts, I appreciate that incredible video you sent for the Stargate video, which we're going to talk about that next. That was really well said and well spoken. I'm sorry I couldn't use the entire 5 minutes. I had to cut it down because you went on, but it was very good, bro. Rec said, well, Close Encounters. In the end, the world did not know about aliens. In Disclosure Day, the point is different. Yes, but that was like the very, 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 very end of the movie. It's not like we saw how the world would react long term to that news. And I would argue that just proves the point that it was almost cowardly the way they produced this film because they didn't have the testicles to actually commit to anything or show all of the type of characters that would be involved, or even commit to showing what the world will be like with alien disclosure. It was like a really long sort of build up to a disclosure that didn't really matter, right? I know there was like a possible World War III going on. Another thing too is like you can tell Spielberg is just right smack dab in the middle of the sort of leftist ideology because it's always World War III. You know, since I was a child, I've been told that World War III is right around the corner and that global warming is a problem and we're going to run out of water. And literally none of that has ever happened. So I'm like, I just don't know why Spielberg is playing with information seemingly from the late 90s. It's like the last 25 years just didn't happen for Spielberg. That's what it seems like. Or the writer, whoever wrote the movie. Anyways, how would you have felt actually getting to see what the world would be like after a proper disclosure? That's what I thought we were going to get.
There's no magic. You know, there's no wonder and awe. You know, it's one of the things I said coming out of the theater is that you can't manufacture awe with great shots and long shots and all that stuff. That's, to me, I'd rather have fucking 10 different cuts and you're giving me some wonder.
Yeah, that's a
you're
good
giving
point.
Me some magic.
From an editor's perspective, though, I was in awe of the long shot. That's cool.
No, that's great. I didn't even notice it. I noticed some bad editing.
Yeah, there was during the car chase scene.
A little bit of that, then some other quiet moments, some one-on-one moments.
Oh yeah.
On,
Where the line of sight didn't add up, right? So you know what?
That one scene did not add
You know
up
what's
her-
interesting? Okay, so this is really interesting. I'm so glad you pointed that out. So when you're editing, let's say you're editing a film, there's something called line of sight. So like, let's say Paulie and I were talking, right? And I'm looking this way, and Paulie's look the other way. Paulie, look the other way. All right. So what you'd want to do is you'd want the camera to be pointing this way at me, where you're seeing my angle here, and Paulie's angle. So when the camera would switch over to Paulie's point of view when he's speaking or listening, it would show this. But in that scene, we got a lot of this, where the camera was sort of pointing at the, and I don't know if they were doing that because it offsets it, like it messes with your equilibrium and it makes you a little uncomfortable, which maybe that was the purpose. But it's the 180 rule. Thank you, Rec. The 180 rule. It's establishing the room, and for some reason, something, and I'm not sure if they were doing that to make you a little off center and make you feel uncomfortable, because that's what it did for me.
Yeah.
But I also noticed it as an editor, and I was like, ooh, that doesn't work.
So in those scenes, right, where it's like one-on-one, and something like it happens, what that means is that they didn't have footage of another shot, third shot, and you like, well, we only got 2 shots, 2 takes. They're like, I can't work with these 2 takes.
Right.
That's what happened. So they're like, they literally probably just had 2 takes to work with, and they just weren't lining up.
As an editor, I feel like you can.
It's not the editor's fault.
No, it's not the editor's problem.
That's the footage that was.
I guess you're right. That's
provided.
raw footage. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And what are you gonna do? Like, imagine if you're like the assistant editor in the movie. You're like, well, we gotta.
Right. You know what happens, and I know exactly what happens is that you edit the best scene possible, but unfortunately you're leaving a lot out. Right. Like you're actually leaving dialogue, context, subplot.
Right.
You're leaving shit out that the story needs. And that was really evident in that first hour, man. You were just like,
The first hour, I'm telling you, it felt like when you fall asleep watching a show you're not familiar with, and you wake up in the middle of it, and you don't know what's going on. But also you don't really care. And that entire first act was just unfortunately boring. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it on Disclosure Day for us. Let us know what you guys think in the chat and in the comments. Pretty much, I would say 5 out of 10, and Paulie would say 4 out of 10. And when
going down.
And going down. Yeah, and you know what's funny? After this conversation, now I'm like, maybe my score is a little too high because it just wasn't very interesting. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section, and we're moving on. All right, man. Let's talk about Save the Gate, huh?
Oh, Save the Gate. Cool. I'm gonna step out for a second. Is that all right?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll set it up.
Okay.
It was interesting. I gotta change the avatar so when someone drops their camera, we don't use Streamlabs. I think Shane is. It might be in here. Hold up, Shane. I think I see you. Let me see if I can add you, dude. I'm going to try to add Shane while we're setting up here. Where is Shane at? Sorry, guys. I know this is riveting podcast here. All right. Shane, can you hear me? Oh, I think Shane tried to join. Shane, you there? Oh, maybe not. Maybe he didn't try. Well, at some point he might show up, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna click back over. Yeah. So we don't use.
Oh, I'm here. Hold on. What's up?
Oh, he is here. All right, hold up. Here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, guys. Okay, so what you're hearing there is Shane. Okay.
What, do I sound weird?
Oh, yeah, you sound. There's like an echo or something. I'm trying to fix it. All right, go. Speak again.
All right, well, I'm traveling on I-40 East, so hopefully the audio is not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, I guess. Could be worse.
All right.
Well, there
Well,
is.
thanks for ruining Disclosure Day.
Oh, did I ruin it for you? Were you listening?
Well, I've been in the back end for the last like 20 minutes, but I couldn't get your attention to tell you I was there. No, it's fine. I've had it ruined all for the last couple days through X, Twitter, anyways. So it's all good.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah, it's
unfortunate, I guess.
Yeah, there's no way around it, and yeah, I wish you had seen it, and you were here because, like, I feel like I can't wait to see what your opinion is. I know you're going to see it tomorrow. Can't wait to tell me how what you felt about it. By the way, Paulie,
it'll be a shame.
Shane is here in audio only. Very loud too. He's very loud.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Sorry, I'll try to be quiet.
Paulie,
what's up,
hey,
Shane?
Paulie.
What's up, buddy?
Another day in paradise, man. Out here on the road.
Where are you, man?
I am currently just passed through Little Rock, Arkansas, on my way to Tennessee. So I was kind of in the middle of the boonies, or else I would have been on at the beginning of the show. You might lose me still because I'm somewhere between Little Rock and Memphis, so hopefully not.
All right.
Yeah. And by the way, if in fact the king is dead when we're talking about Spielberg, it'll be a real shame because, he's had such an incredible career, but the latter part of his career has been so, ho-hum kind of. I was really hoping Disclosure Day was going to put that exclamation point on his amazing career. And so that's a shame to hear that it's so many people think it's not that great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just sort of boring.
Well, see, you said that, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Right. But then Paulie said it. And I'm like, okay, now I know Paulie likes good, movies, but Brian, if there's not explosions and stuff, he's like, I'm bored.
That's true.
So I figured, but once I heard both together, I was like, oh, that's not good.
I loved Obsession this year, and there was no explosions.
Who could not love Obsession? Yeah, but Obsession keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time.
That's true.
Like if you go back and say, like, for example, when you watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind, you told me, you're like, oh man, this is actually really boring, right? But if you watched it back when it came out in 1977, it was like, oh my god. Now for me today, I get that same 1977, 78 feeling when I watch it. But for younger people, they watch it and go, what's the big deal? So everybody's got a different perspective. That's
true. I think that you're probably going to have the same perspective that we do. So
I have a feeling I will. I have a feeling.
Let's take some supers before we go into the Save the Gate segment. Okay. I just saw a couple of them stack up.
Oh, you haven't done it yet? Come on now.
No, I'm sorry, bro. Usually Shane is what gets them, and he was not here. So. From Anthony, member for 8 months, goes, please subscribe to, and he gave us John's channel as Sci-Fi Chronicles 79. John is not here today. He lost power in his ditch. So send his support his way. I'm sure he'll be back for the Stargate watch along tomorrow, which is pretty awesome. Okay. Thank you for that. And Harambe says if you go see Supergirl, they are probably going to make a Lobo film, and the guy that's playing Lobo said he wants it rated R. Yeah, Jason Momoa did say he wants a rated R Lobo. That's true. And if you have been on this channel for a while, you'll know that I'm a huge Jason Momoa fan, even though everyone else isn't. So
I love Jason.
It's tough to have a rated R superhero film. I know they did it with Deadpool, but if they made it funny, maybe it would work. But it's tough to justify it with the way money's being spent these days in Hollywood.
Yeah. One thing is, if anyone's gonna do it, it would be the James Gunn regime. So
true.
So he might get it, and he does like he likes Jason Momoa, and he likes Lobo. I don't know. It's possible. Who knows? Look. Let's get through Supergirl first, because we haven't even seen that movie yet, and And as much as I want it to do well, we don't know if it's actually going to do well, right? So
it's not
fair.
All right, Matthew McGee for $10.
It's not.
It's not.
We're gonna have you back on.
Brian
after
really
Superdome.
doesn't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that.
Brian is like so doesn't want to hear that.
I want it to be good.
Oh, I didn't say what I wanted. I'm just letting you know what's going to happen.
To be fair, I want every movie to be good, and Masters of the Universe did not scratch the itch
I didn't see it.
that I needed. Like the masculine. You would think He-Man would scratch the masculine, superhero itch, and it didn't. There was so much talking in Masters of the Universe. There were so many times where the action was crazy and then stopped, and everyone just had a long conversation. It felt like there was like 4 episodes of TV that they edited into one movie, and it just was. There was too many boring parts, too much sort of goofy campiness, too much humor that never really landed. And it just didn't scratch the itch. And I need a good action film that maybe there's comedy, but there's also manly energy, dude, And so far this year, I just haven't gotten that. I haven't gotten a real
Project Hail Mary?
Dude, as much as I like that movie, that was like not a masculine movie.
Oh, like okay, all right.
I love the story. I love Gosling, but he sort of played a little bit of he definitely was not very manly. As smart and as interesting as his character was.
No, he was a nerd. He was a nerd.
But you can be a nerd and still be a man, and I just don't know.
Not with what you want. Not with what you want.
And then you thought In the Gray was going to be a manly movie, and then it ended up being kind of off-centered and lacking the Henry Cavill spark. So.
It's funny, In the Gray, I thought it was going to be super masculine. It was like Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill, In the Gray. And the movie starts.
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, by Guy Ritchie. You're like, oh, this is going to be the movie for me. And it starts off, bro. And it starts off with the bad guy, the main villain essentially being a woman, and the main hero essentially being a woman. Now, I love Isa Gonzalez. I would watch her in anything. But
she's pretty hot.
She's gorgeous. She played Santantico, actually, which is like, if anyone, it's hard to do what. Sorry, side quest. It's hard to do what Salma Hayek did in Dusk Till Dawn. But if you
I got a movie for you.
If you had to follow up, it was Isa. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, the main character is Isa Gonzalez. The main villain is not the drug lord. It's actually the stockbroker from New York, who's a woman. And everyone else is just the lapdogs to these two characters, and I'm just like, what is happening right now?
So I have a movie for you.
What movie?
It just came out. The Furious.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I need to see that.
Is it good?
No, it is great.
Oh, it's great. Okay.
And it's got it's a Hong Kong martial arts film.
Oh, okay. It's in English though, right?
Listen, it's not, but one of the characters.
I can't watch a movie. That's
hold on, buddy. Good Gordy. Good. He's got all these silly requirements for someone who's like an editor. And
it's not silly to want it to be in a language that I speak.
Yeah, it is pretty silly.
Why? Why is that silly?
Because that's ignorant of you.
How can you enjoy a movie that you have to read?
If you let me finish,
okay, go.
Right, it's two men looking for their lost loved ones. Because it's kind of like The Furious is a cross between The Raid and Sound of Freedom. So it's got there's a heavy message in there that I know you'd like. And one of the main characters, the father, he's a mute, so he doesn't even talk, which lends itself to being even more universally easy to access. As far as the storytelling. It's not like they're in a courtroom drama where it's just like heavy dialogue in another language. Calm down. Calm down. And there's amazing fights, bro. And and it feels like an old school Hong Kong, The villains are villains. The good guys are good guys. I can't wait to see it again.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll give it a shot. But if the
even though it's not American,
it's not about being American. No, I've seen plenty of movies that weren't American, but they're in my language. Okay. And
my language.
I need a language that I can understand.
What's your language there, Goober?
Yeah, Goober.
Spanish.
Yeah, it's Goober.
Español.
Look, I don't want to see a movie with subtitles. Now, have there been good movies with subtitles? Absolutely. 100%. But the exceptions don't prove the vast majority of movies being boring because I have to read them. I'm not interested. Guillermo del Toro. I'm not interested.
Wow.
And you'll see that I am a Philistine when it comes to movies, Paulie.
Yeah.
I like movies that entertain me. And the second I have to read for longer than like 10 minutes, you've lost me. But
all right. This is
let's move
evolving.
But I'll watch The Furious.
No. You know what? Don't do us any favors there, buddy.
No, I'll check it out. Maybe it's good. It's good. I don't know. Who knows?
Si, senor.
All right. This is from Matt McGee. It says the disclosure should have happened in the second act of the film, and we should have spent the third act seeing what happens in the world as a result. I'd give it a 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Actually makes complete sense. How do you feel about that, Paulie?
What's that?
Would the disclosure day would have been better had the actual third act taken place in the second act, and the third act would have been about the reaction to that?
It's just not a good film. Watch something else. Skip it. Skip it, man.
Okay, all right.
Could have been better. I mean, anything could have been better. Like, would we are listen. Yeah, sure. It could be better. I said start with the third act.
Okay. This is from Kenneth LaRoque. Thank you, Kenneth, my legendary producer. Think the movie can cure insomnia. Yeah, there is. There, like I said, it's like it feels like waking up in the middle of Netflix, and Netflix hasn't done that thing where it says, "Are you still watching?" It's just playing nonstop, From JC Chappie for $10. Thank you, JC. He goes, "Hey guys, and hail chat. 3 things in one. Brian, move to Texas. We're free here. Free and hot. 2,
I was in Texas yesterday. Very nice.
2, I'm sad to hear about the movie. I'll skip it. Yeah, fair. 3, Carmen was awesome. Yes, Carmen was awesome, dude. Good guy. Good guy, did a lot of good things for a lot of people. Think he just went by Carmen like Cher. Oh, was it? I thought he had a last name.
Who was this?
The singer Carmen, the guy who that quote came from. If
yeah.
I thought he had a last name, but I could be forgetting.
What part of Texas? I lived in Austin for over 10 years and traveled a lot of Texas. It's a great state, man. It's a great state. It's just that you do have to deal with weather.
Yeah. What, like coldness?
No. Depending on what part of Texas you're in, you've got to get used to the humidity there during the summers, which is just like, I remember that first year I had moved. I'm like, how do people do this?
Yeah, my biggest thing about moving is probably going to be the weather and the cost.
I mean, we're pretty spoiled here, man.
Yeah, no, we are. I was telling my wife that same thing. I'm like there are some really bad hot days here, but for the most part, it's a pretty temperate place to live.
Nothing compared to South Carolina hot.
Really? Is South Carolina that hot?
Yeah. It can get nasty humid. Romy's relatives and parents have relocated to outside of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful state. It's a great state.
I just went crazy looking at Hilton Head. It looks so beautiful. Go ahead, Shane.
That's on the coast.
I stayed in Fort Smith, Arkansas last night. Woke up this morning and didn't stop sweating until about 20 minutes ago. So
wow.
Yeah, and that's in Arkansas. So yeah, South Carolina is going to be definitely very humid.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. The gateway to that is the gateway to the south there with that type of weather is Central Texas.
Yep.
Soon as you travel from El Paso to Central Texas, it's just boom.
Yep. Dry to humid. Yep.
All right,
Dry to humid, boy.
From John Burns for $2, Save the Gate is over. Now get Dark Matter. No, Save the Gate is not over. Okay, we're going to talk about that next. They're in the middle of a tweet storm right now, which I actually didn't even know about. I thought it was going to be on Monday.
I was doing it.
No, someone else.
I was doing it.
No, but didn't you say the Monday tweet storm?
No. Tuesday is the start of the North American tweet storm.
Oh, so this is like the French tweet storm or something? I don't know.
The French tweet storm started on Wednesday.
Oh, well, there's another one going on right now. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't an organized one then.
Well, all I know is this: is I keep opening up Twitter and seeing 4,000 notifications. Like, oh my god!
Wow.
Well, no, that's not a tweet storm going on right now. That's just people pissed, which is the way it should be because things are so uncool with how they've handled Stargate.
Okay, we're going to talk about that next. First, we got a member comment from Rec Dots. I just watched a masterful low-budget movie, no words spoken. 2024, The Trail, better storytelling with no words at all. Yeah, there's another movie like that too with I'm forgetting it right now.
There's a movie called Kill. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. A couple of years ago.
I don't know, maybe. Who's the actor?
It's an Indian film, but there's literally no talking, and all they're doing is killing on a train. It's awesome.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Dude, you love it, dude. It's just crazy.
Okay,
good.
I'm gonna look it up. It's called Kill, you said?
Kill, yeah. Like from 2 years ago. And there's literally
Oh yeah, I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lionsgate brought it out here a couple of years ago.
Did you like Bullet Train?
It was all right.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, right?
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
We interviewed the character, the lady that got married to Bad Bunny's character in the movie.
Mm.
You know, she had like 2 scenes in it. She was really sweet. That was really cool to interview her. That same director is coming out with a new film called How to Rob a Bank, and that trailer looks great.
Yeah, I did. I think. Let me go look it up real quick. Make sure. How to.
That trailer looked real. I mean, that's a really good cast. I hope he knocks it out because that's a very talented director.
I think I did see that. Is that with?
It's going to be a good movie.
Oh,
I saw
with
the
Nicholas
previews.
Hoult.
It looks really good.
Yeah, Nicholas Holt's in it, right?
Nicholas Hoult. A lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Okay, can we watch? Let's just watch this trailer real quick because I haven't seen this trailer. Okay. Hold up, 1 second. Okay. There he goes. Let's watch this. How to Rob a Bank with Nicholas Hoult and John C. Reilly and Pete Davidson. Legitimately, Paulie, how do you feel about the theory that Pete Davidson sold his soul to the devil about 7 years ago and he's going to die in the next 2?
Well, I've never heard of that before.
How in the world did this guy go from being essentially a no one to dating all the most attractive people on the planet and having a star-studded career in acting and comedy? What happened?
He probably has a huge spackle, and is a nice guy to work with.
Oh, maybe that's the case. Maybe people like him.
Yeah, I mean, you're as good as your rep, right? And if you're very easy to work with, that goes a long way. And as you can tell, some actors that aren't, you don't see them. They go from like those big films to like you just don't see them, and maybe they're in an indie film here and there. Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah, that's good.
No, we can't see it in the
no trailer.
The interface.
Oh, hold up. I'll fix that. My bad, guys.
Oh, and Zoe Kravitz is in it. That's a fun character.
I didn't know.
I swear to God, they played this before Disclosure Day. It's probably the best part of a Disclosure Day that night was seeing this trailer.
I must have hit stop sharing by accident. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
You can see it now, right?
Yeah.
So I do think about the logistics of this, though. Like, no one can hide on a live stream. So I'll be interesting when I watch this to see how they explain how they're hiding their identity. Like, you can hide your face, but it's very easy to call up like YouTube and be like, "Yeah, let me get the user information for that live stream." It's going to lead you. Any FBI agent can get your name and number pretty quick. You're not live streaming long form content without your real name and identification. So, last time we saw Christian Slater, it's been a while, right?
What did I tell you earlier?
Oh, because he's not fun to work with.
He's terrible.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks really good.
Better than Disclosure.
Yeah. Looks a lot more entertaining than Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking forward to that. What I need though is I need to know, because the premise of this is basically these people are live streaming their crimes on the internet. So if the premise is rotten, then no matter how entertaining the movie is, it's going to be hard for me to get behind it. So you're going to have to explain to me how
you're a tech guy.
Yeah.
But the rest of us can dismiss it as movie magic, I think.
Possibly.
Yeah, we don't need the technical, the which router did it go through on the fifth moon of Abydos.
No. But
And,
even
come back
normies,
down through the,
even normies that don't know how the internet works are going to ask the question, but didn't they need their name to sign up?
No, what it's going to be is they streamed it to like their own website through some sort of black box, and everybody's going to go, okay, cool.
Okay, no, but
That's how it works.
and I would buy that. But I also don't think I also don't think it would be getting social media virality that way.
It seems pretty clever, the writing, just from the trailer. So hopefully they'll on some level make Brian happy.
Yeah, I mean,
because it seems like a very clever script.
it's got
Hopefully
Robin
they're not
vibes.
showing too much. My only apprehension is like, man, they're really showing a lot of good stuff. Is that there's other good stuff in the film left over?
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Paulie, you know what my great fear is? You know what my great fear is, Paulie?
Huh.
Paulie, my great fear for this movie is that there will be, at one point, they'll start like doing some Chinese or Spanish or something for about 5 seconds, and Brian will leave the theater and go home. That's my big fear.
Right. Exactly.
You
it's going to be like
douchebag.
Korean.
No, listen.
A little bit of Korean, and he's like, I'm out of here.
I have no problem. Look, what did Emily? I
voted for Spencer Pratt.
I didn't leave the theater when Emily Blunt started speaking Korean, right?
Oh, okay. Okay, we're good. Oh,
All right.
she was just clicking with her tongue, I heard. That was it. All right.
No, I think you'll actually like that scene when you watch it, Shane.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Anyways, that does look good. I'm a little worried that I'm not getting enough, and I guess earlier we were talking about I'm not getting enough manly movies this year, and that goes for like the sort of slick Guy Ritchie style, heist movies and revenge plots and all that. Like, as cool as this year is for movies, most movies have been a little bit of a letdown. And I know that there's still movies coming up, but it's sort of crazy how many times I've been sort of disappointed in movies. And we've been watching a couple movies a week now since like March. And I just don't like Masters of the Universe was disappointing. Disclosure Day, disappointing. Most movies, even Backrooms was a little, it's a weird movie, but it's a little disappointing. Not that it wasn't good, because it's definitely worth watching, but it's just a little too weird. I have only like 2, maybe 3 times this entire year I've left a movie theater remotely satisfied in what I watched.
I think the problem is that the type of movies that you really enjoy the most, and I know I mess with you a lot, but seriously, like the Fast X's and the those types of movies, they're getting a downgrade because we're moving into this new era of movie making where it needs to be a little bit different, creepy, weird. That's kind of we're going into this thing. The old blockbuster recipe doesn't seem to be hacking it anymore. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get the type of movies you like. What happens when Doomsday comes around and it's not, it's also got some of this weird flavor to it,
When was the last blockbuster we got though? Like Fast, and I'm not, and by the way, Shane always acts like I'm this huge fan of Fast and Furious.
I give you a hard time. I use that as an example because I think that's the quintessential movie that you love the most.
I don't even like that movie. I just enjoyed it. But either way, it made a bunch of money. So, like, why would they stop making blockbuster films?
I'm not, because I think that the taste is out. Like, you know, it did make a bunch of money because it was part of a series, but look how long it's taken them to make the next version. You know, the completion, the continuation of it, because Hollywood just isn't hot for that right now.
That's true. Polly, what were we going to say?
They're looking.
No, you're just being a baby. Get over it.
Okay, so how many times have you left the theater this year? Satisfied?
I mean, my masculinity is like intact. I'm good.
No. I'm not talking about masculine movies. Just good movies. Generally speaking, this year,
a lot of great movies out this year. What are you talking about?
I don't know, man. Generally speaking, the movies have been sort of subpar. In the Gray, subpar. Backrooms, huh?
Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, Michael was good for a lot of people. Like that movie, and I definitely see the value.
For the whole world, I love the for a lot of people. Come on, man. It's a global phenomenon.
No. And like I said, 2 or 3 times this entire year, I've been satisfied.
Okay.
Project
Arrow. You asked me a question, so I'm giving you my answers.
But okay, give me more than just the top 2 films of the year.
Okay. So you had I Love the Furious. I loved Mando.
Was the Furious in theaters?
The Furious is in theaters now.
Oh, okay.
Just opened up.
Yeah, it's in now. Yeah.
Yeah. What are the other ones? I think
Obsession was really good.
What's up?
He said Obsession.
Obsession and Backrooms, whether I love them or not, they are ushering in a whole new generation of
which I appreciate that 100%.
Right, so that you know, you have to take that in consideration.
Yeah, Rise of the YouTubers, I love it.
You know, there's been some great horror that's been out, so it's been a really good year. Movies I didn't see that are, you know, were also big hits were the Super Marios. What's the other one? Devil Wears Prada 2. I mean, these are massive hits, man. Devil Wears Prada 2 made over like 600-700 million global.
Thing is, I've seen like 30 movies this year in the theaters. And out of all those 30 movies, I only walked away maybe 3 times thinking, wow, that was a good movie.
Okay, well, that's you.
The Mario, and that's what I'm saying. Obviously, film is subjective. But I can't be the only one that feels that way. And when you look at the vast array of films, like, they're not all making that much money. In fact, Obsession is doing really well because it's a phenomenon. Backrooms, what about phenomenon? Mando and Grogu, as much as you liked it, is not doing well.
Oh no, it didn't do. It's not doing well at all. Yeah, for sure.
Devil Wears Prada 2, definitely they thought it was going to do a lot better than it did financially.
No, they didn't.
Dude,
movie,
the drop off was like 70% though, like a massive drop off. That's not normal. That means that people went to it and we're just not.
Bruh,
happy.
The Devil Wears Prada has made global 666 million. Ooh, 666.
Oh,
it is still in the top 10. What are you talking about?
No, but the second week drop off was like 70%. Compare that to Michael, where it went up the second week, which is unheard of.
Which is unheard of, but Devil Wears Prada has stayed in the top 10. There's those movies that, like, you know, don't necessarily peak or number one for, you know, the first 2 weeks, but they're always like in the top 5, in the top 10. That's Devil Wears Prada.
I think Devil Wears Prada 2 was probably great for the fans, but the word of mouth did not get people going back. Because that's why you had a drop off. Unlike Michael, who the word of mouth pushed more people to the theaters for second and third and fourth viewings. Michael is probably going to be the most successful movie of the year, not financially, but socially, because of how well received.
I got my list here of movies that I've seen too. Another film, Power Ballad with Paul Rudd, was wonderful. That's still out.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. the Indian film Durandar, The Revenge, is one of my favorite films of the year.
Is that ever a follow up to RRR or whatever?
No, you gotta think like espionage off of real life terrorist attacks that happen. It's part 1 and 2. I mean, I love those movies. That was out. Oh, what else? I'm looking at The Wrecking Crew was a really good film, and that came out.
Okay. Can we talk about that real quick? You're actually you're completely right. But did that come out in theaters or was that?
No, only on Prime. That's what I was finishing saying.
So you know what's funny? I'm sitting there watching that movie with my wife, and I'm like, why isn't this movie in theaters?
Yeah, man. Because that director, you know who did that? That's the director of Blue Beetle.
Really?
Yeah, Soto.
Dude, that's a really fun movie, and I did not expect the chemistry between Momoa and Bautista to be there, but it's there,
ass, man.
Like, bro,
that should have been a theatrical release.
100% should have been theatrical. Like, what a mistake that was, man. And that's another point. Is a few of the movies I've seen this year that I was actually blown away by were not in theaters. They were actually on streaming, which is a disservice to the film itself.
Yeah, but so there's there's that you mentioned, and then the other thing you mentioned is as far as like numbers compared, which deserve kind of deeper discussions, because it's been the most successful year since 2019, but we're just in a different world now, movie going.
Right,
you're saying less people are going to the theater. Well, yeah, it's a different world.
Well, that's because you don't always put the best movies out in theaters. Wrecking Crew should have been a theatrical release. That would have been a killer summer film, dude.
Right, and I mean, it was so much fun and kick-ass, very macho.
I love that movie so much. That's what I was talking about.
Macho movie of the year.
That's your macho movie.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's yes, but I saw it on Prime in my living room. It wasn't in the energy that you get by being in a theater, and I'm missing that.
I do agree with you on that. But it's been it's been one of the best years for film in my opinion, in many years.
I agree. I totally agree.
There's still more. It's only June, so there's going to be a lot more coming. I gotta take off in a minute or two.
Okay, well then we'll wrap up with this, and we'll go into the Save the Gay stuff. Me and Shane. Well, listen. I hope that you can come back in a couple months when we've seen some more movies. Maybe after Supergirl, if you want to come on, and we'll talk more about that movie, because I think that Supergirl has the ability to go the distance if you cut out the social cancer plaguing the film. But we'll get more into that when it actually comes out.
Okay, but before that being said, I just don't buy Millie as Kara. Like in the footage I've seen and in the trailers that I've seen, she's not hooking me. She just seems miscast, and I think she's a great little actress. That's a major problem for me. So we'll see.
I
think the one taste you have of her is when she's at the end of Superman, when she's drunk and kind of, you're not seeing the best of her. So like that's the one real taste we have of her character, other than what we've gotten from these things. So that I can see how all of us are kind of looking at her like, are we sure? We're going to need to see the movie to be sure, though.
Well, also, it was like a couple years ago, we saw Sasha Kal-El or Cal, whatever her last name is.
Calle.
Is her name Calle? Is that how he's pronounced?
Calle, yeah.
Okay, so her. Sasha, what he just said.
Sasha Callie. You can say Callie.
Callie, thank you. When she first hit the screen, I thought, it doesn't really look like a Supergirl. Then you actually see her in the movie, and you're like, she's a cool Supergirl. Can't wait to see more of her. And then that entire universe imploded overnight. And so it really has not been a long time since we were introduced to a Supergirl where we're now introduced to another Supergirl, even if she is more comics accurate. So I think that's probably up there too on things fans can complain about when it comes to DCU is how fast we jumped into a new DCU after the old one imploded.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people loved Sasha's presence, and with the little that she
was
had,
such a badass.
She did so. Like she's so commanding on screen, and I've seen her in other stuff as well. And so you're just like, you guys totally gave her the shaft and ruined her career for a while on no part of her, no fault of her own.
No,
Like,
she
this is the
was a
opposite.
good Supergirl. Not just
Right,
in the
see,
fighting moments, even in the speaking moments. She had a commanding presence for sure.
Yeah, and this happens sometimes, unfortunately, with those things you can't control, which was in this case, Ezra Miller just sabotaging and destroying that film for everyone, including the director and someone like a Sasha. Michael Keaton doesn't give a shit. He's all good. He's good. But Sasha Calle, you haven't seen her in a few years, and now she just did that. And God bless her, man. She's a good soul. She just did the Ben Affleck movie that was on Netflix, and then she just finished wrapping
She did the Rip.
The Rip.
Right?
She was the Rip. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Ben Affleck and Matt Damon back together on screen, which was cool.
Yeah. There's another macho film, but
again, not in theater. I don't get it.
And huge, yeah. And then she just wrapped up filming The Exorcist with Scarlett Johansson.
All right. Well, I mean, so we'll see more of her, but I think that's.
But what I'm saying is that and this has happened to a lot of careers, is for whatever reason, and it's not because they have a bad rep, they're hard to work with. It's because forces bigger than them in production just sideline your career, man.
Right.
And it's the worst.
Which we're going to talk about next with the Save the Gate. He's totally right.
Yeah, I wish I could stay for that.
So yeah, you can't. Yeah, I understand. I want to get you out of here, though.
I will say really quickly, this is a power move from the new person in charge. You don't go that deep into, and I'm talking about Stargate. You don't go that deep into pre-production with a writer's room, and you're in the UK, and this was a total. I'm cutting you from the knee, the knees below move.
Yeah.
Just because I can. And fuck you guys.
Big
That's
time.
exactly what those.
Yeah, he's basically like, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make this big move so everyone knows I'm in charge. And
bro, and that's another side of Hollywood that gets real ugly.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. It sucks.
it really does suck, man.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, thank you, Paulie. Guys, check out Paulie's channel, the Latino Slant. Paulie's a really good friend of ours. I know we seem like we go back and forth, but we actually are pretty good friends. Go check out his stuff.
That was good talk.
Hopefully, he can come back for Supergirl, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, let's do it. And we got to get you two guys back together on the Slant.
Yes, we'll do that.
Sounds
All right.
great.
Thank you, Paulie.
Take care,
And
Shane. Much
adios.
love.
Go check him out,
Take care,
Latino
buddy.
Slant.
Adios.
All right, we're gonna go over to. I'm gonna pop Shane on the screen now. Hold up, Shane. Let me get you in here. Oh, 1 second. 1 second, Shane. Can you hear me, Shane?
Have I been a disembodied voice this whole time? Is that kind of what's been happening?
No, I gave you an avatar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give you an avatar for this thing too. On there, I gave you an avatar. It's you looking shockingly at the camera, so it's good. It's going.
I'm sure it'll make me look great.
Dude, Paulie is such a nice guy, man. I like that guy a lot.
Of course, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Paulie's if you want to stay connected to especially Latin culture and in Hollywood and media, he is the place to be. And he just really has such great takes. I love his attitude and his calmness, and just a great guy.
Yeah, real good guy. All right.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, he's gone already, bro.
Well, he'll hear it. He'll be listening.
Okay. So I put your picture on the screen. Let's
Why
talk
are you
about.
laughing, Sid? That gives me no comments. I can't see it.
Now I need
And you
to
just
close
laughed at
this. I was recording that time. Okay, 1 second. All right, we got a super chat from John Burns. It says Brian is well known as a Philistine man. Yes, that's true.
That's true.
Also from John Burns, pets don't stress about things too much. He's cool. That's true. Thank you.
That's right.
And Canada got their first point at the World Cup. Go Canada.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I also heard that USA run, and so I was actually gonna try to avoid USA spoilers, so I can. I know I'm not a fan of sports, But
Yeah.
But I'm actually getting more and more interested in football, soccer, after watching Ted Lasso. And so I was like, I'm going to watch the World Cup, but only the USA games, right?
That makes sense. Yeah. They beat Paraguay. That was nice.
Right, because soccer is super easy to follow. Unlike other sports where you have to really understand it to follow it, soccer is pretty easy to follow.
Oh, totally. My biggest problem with soccer is sometimes there's not enough excitement.
Right. So I'm going to watch the USA game. So I was trying to avoid spoilers. Popped open my Robinhood app, and at the very, very top, because of the prediction markets, it's like USA won. Like, oh, come on.
I know. You can't watch anything these days without
Why
being
is there an
spoiled.
investment app telling me who won the World Cup or whatever? Come on, dude.
Anyway, baby, it's the new thing.
Yep. Let's talk about the Save the Gate thing, because it is popping off, and our petition, the petition, has now hit 80,548 verified signatures. Read it and weep. There it is, baby.
Awesome.
80,000. But you know what, guys? I'm sorry to say, but we need about 8 times that amount. So,
yeah, we need a lot more. I mean, like the first benchmark should be 500,000. Like, we need 500,000 just to be like, to seriously have people go, whoa, this petition's lighting off. You know, and what the sad part about it is that there are so many Stargate fans who aren't necessarily connected to, X or Twitter or YouTube that are out there in the world that don't even know that they can sign this petition. So we really got to work hard to figure out how to get that out further.
Yeah, I agree. And an interesting thing about that is, and this is the sad part, is Twitter enough? Because everyone's focused on Twitter right now, but should we maybe be focused on other social networks? And one thing I noticed, on X, when Darren posted the, hey, we got to 80,000, let's keep signing it, someone had a really good point where they were like, hey, that's cool. Go to TikTok and Facebook.
All right. So we had actually a meeting this weekend, or was it? No, it was on last Tuesday, I think. We had a meeting before the last tweet storm, and the meeting was basically a lot of influencers, a lot of Stargate channels like ours, Gate World, Dial the Gate, and a bunch of other folks, from overseas, all interested in helping save Stargate. And so we had this kind of big meeting and said, let's talk about what we want to do going forward, because there were 3 petitions, there were 3 websites. There's a guy who started a GoFundMe to fly a banner over MGM Studios, and so they just kind of wanted to have a big meeting and with Darren and David, since they were the ones where the news for the new series got launched on. It made sense for them to kind of coordinate. So we all got on there and talked about it, and that is one of the topics that came up is, well, great, we're trending on TikTok or trending on Twitter, X, but what about the other platforms? And unfortunately, most of us are older fans, and so almost none of us have a TikTok presence. So they were talking about trying to find some people who might have a TikTok presence or start a TikTok presence, because frankly speaking, what we need is to get Amazon's attention. They've already said what they don't want. They don't want us older. They don't think us older fans are enough. Okay. And they assume, they don't say this, but they assume that we're just going to show up anyway. So they really discount us, frankly speaking.
Right.
But if they knew that, some TikTok channels were getting, hundreds of thousands of views about, an upcoming Stargate series or having interest in it, then that might likely get their attention. So you're right. We do need more social media sites. We need Instagram. We need, we've got the YouTube thing and Twitter X going, but we do need TikTok. We do need Instagram. We do need, all the socials out there.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we also need to organize these tweet storms a little better, dude, because...
Well, so that's the thing. They're not, basically there's been one big tweet storm since this happened. And the reason why is there's so many fans who are upset, they just won't stop. right? So it's hard to tell what's the tweet storm and what's not, because we're constantly getting this Stargate tweets. But here's the thing: is it did get trending, I think, all the way up to number 3 on during the French tweet storm that took place on Wednesday, and it was Wednesday. And now we're hoping that on Tuesday, the North American tweet storm, which is organized and coordinated by some Stargate fans on Tuesday, which is going to coincide with the flying over of MGM, our Save Stargate banner, which you guys have paid for as fans. There's also going to be a whole crowd down there in Culver City. So if you are in Southern California and you want to participate in that, they're going to be meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning on the steps near the MGM Amazon building in Culver City. It's going to last from 11 to 1 o'clock. They're going to be flying the banner. It's going to be kind of like, a Stargate protest, basically, to hopefully get the attention of the executives at Amazon.
Yeah, I really like that idea. That's going to be cool. But it's only going to work if it gets press. It's not going to work if it doesn't get press.
That's the part.
And
so we have to create more.
If you guys are looking at the screen right now, here's the actual time it's flight. The flight window is 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., which is really rad. I guess there's multiple flights, which is super cool. So whoever planned this, I'm very, very. One thing I can say about the fandom for Stargate is, gosh darn it, yeah, you guys are awesome. Because this might be the best fandom I've ever witnessed on how fast they put aside their petty disagreements to focus on one common goal: save Stargate. It's really cool. And so Culver City, PT, I don't know what. It's Pacific Standard Time. So basically, it's going to be on from 10 a.m. It's going to start at 11 a.m. As the storm is 10:30. The flight is 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So if you guys want to be over there, Culver City, MGM Studios headquarters, that's where a bunch of Stargate fans are going to get together. I guess maybe I should go over there, huh?
Should I? Can, because it'd be cool if you live stream it.
Oh, hold up, bro. You're breaking up real bad.
I don't know if he can make it because he's all the way across the country.
Give it a second, Shane. You're breaking up real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where is Culver City? Okay, so let's find out. Maybe I live stream it. That's on Tuesday. Culver's not too far away from me, right? Maybe I will. Yeah. You know what? F it. I'm gonna do it. F it. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to Culver City. I'm doing it. I'm doing it live. I'm doing it live. Shannon, you're breaking up so bad. I'm sorry, bro. Just give your mic a second to catch up. It's like really bad. He sounds like a robot. So what did Darren say, Rec? He said
I'm not even talking. So
there you. Now you're back. You're back. What'd you say?
I haven't been talking. That must have been really delayed.
Oh yeah, it's super delayed. All right, never mind. Don't talk for a second. Yeah, so Recdot says Darren said he might try to go on a live stream yesterday. Okay, I know some people are doing those. Monkey Jeebus, I'm not in Los Angeles. I'm in Bend, Oregon now. Okay, so listen, if you can't make it, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is, because it's starting closer to where I'm at. This is actually why wouldn't I? It's not that far away. It's not during like rush hour traffic. Right. So I'm just going to go to Culver City. I don't know where the actual address is. And Culver City is a pretty big city. But I guess it's the Amazon MGM Studios headquarters.
It's actually listed on the website.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep, they're meeting on the steps.
Roger that. Okay. So then I'll meet up with them.
Across the street.
Guys, I will meet up with them, and I will try to live stream on this channel, I guess. I'll just try to live stream the whole thing. Why not?
Do it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do it.
Makes sense, bro, right? All right.
Yeah, interview a bunch of Stargate fans, have a good time.
yeah, so we'll be back then on Tuesday, and we'll talk about, and we'll be live streaming that on Tuesday. So come back for that live stream. Okay, so what else is going on with this? There's actually a bunch of other cool stuff. Wait. Okay, hold up. Let me set the members section real quick. I'm a little lost without my normal streaming partners because I'm like I'm forgetting to do things. Okay. So there we go. We're going to be going to the member section in about 5 minutes. So if you're not a member, hit the join button bottom left. And please join me in the member section where I get freaky naughty, usually with friends, but now I'll be doing it solo. Anyways, that sounded gross. Back to the Stargate, Save Stargate. There's some interesting stuff that I did want to talk to you about, go over. One of these things is this hilarious animation. Someone used AI, and by the way, this is why AI was created for this purpose. Okay, just check this out, everyone. That's Blair Fetter, the guy who canceled it.
What would you have to say for yourself if you lost him all his customers?
Always a pleasure, Thor.
I love that. I love that so much. That's great. And it actually gives the information too. Culver Studios lot and the phone number. So listen, just like we said last week, and I know this is going to be a short segment. We're going to have more information next week for Save the Gate, but this is our last chance as Stargate fans. In my opinion, this is our last chance to get Stargate that we deserve and not some stupid reboot, some silly, reimagining of the franchise. This is our last chance. And someone on Twitter put out a thing that said, "Oh, the studio is considering rebooting it from the original trilogy, from the original movie." Listen, we've heard that before, and I quote tweeted that, and I said, "This would be the stupidest thing a studio has ever done for an existing franchise. It would be like taking the Mona Lisa and cutting out the picture to reuse the frame." And I couldn't think of a better analogy because Stargate is one of those really special things for millions and millions of people, and just ripping all those years of canon, those years of stories of characters, hundreds and hundreds of episodes, ripping those away and restarting from the movie. And while I love the movie, not everyone does. Restarting from the movie that started it just seems like such a short-sighted, almost malicious consideration. And I don't understand why anyone would do it in the first place. That's why I couldn't think of a better analogy. You take a work of art and you rip out the actual art part so you can reuse the frame that holds the art. Makes no sense to me. So this is our last chance. Get out there and tweet. Join the groups on Facebook and Twitter. Be part of the Save the Gate campaign. And if you haven't signed the petition, for the love of all that is holy, please go sign it. And after you sign it, share it out. Share it out with your friends. Tell other people. It's change.org/savethegate, if I remember correctly. The link is in the poll right now. Go and sign it and share it with all your friends. All right, we're going to go in the member section in about 30 seconds. Shane, you want to say goodbye before we leave?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm actually stopped getting gas somewhere outside of Memphis. So, listen, thank you guys for coming. I'm sorry I couldn't be better here for you guys, but definitely come back on Tuesday to watch that live stream. That's going to be cool. Participate in the tweet storm, and just remember that you may think you can't make a difference, but you definitely can. So appreciate you guys, and we'll see you soon.
See you in the member section.